Alright, what's up mga bro sis? Magandang gabi or araw po sa inyo lahat and welcome to the the one, the only Daily Bro. And of course it's Friday, Freestyle Friday tayo. Yeah, Freestyle Friday. Ano nga ba kapag Freestyle Friday? I know this is the very first Freestyle Friday that we have. And I know you might be asking, what the heck is Freestyle Friday? What the heck is Bro TJ talking about? Well, basically, Freestyle Friday would be anything I that I see over the last few days, over the last week. That can be an issue. That could be that we have to talk about things like that. Also, I take this time to talk about a little bit on Profit Partners International. That's our nonprofit organization, about Atlas virtual assistants and things like that. So, so yeah, so we talk about a lot of things, anything and everything. That's why ang tawag natin ay Freestyle Friday. Yeah. So sa lahat po na nanonood, hello po sa inyo. Magandang gabi po. And thank you all for hopping on, Broses. I hope you stay until the end, so that way we can you can definitely see the value in this segment, right? So araw-araw po iba to, no? Iba araw-araw, Monday to Friday, iba ang pag-uusapan natin. Of course, we have every Monday. Yan, pakita ko lang sa inyo. We have the Real Talk Monday. Real Talk Monday, hindi si Boss Real Talk Darbs ha. Iba yon. Mas malaki sa atin yon. Real Talk Monday is basically that segment is basically when we talk about like real issues, real problems, real time challenges that we all face in the in the business world, in the virtual space, freelancer space, and things like that. But pag Tuesday naman, mga brosis, is the Get Hired Tuesday. Ito yung nag-start tayo nung nakaraan, no? Get Hired Tuesday. This is basically where we talk about, you know, um, what does it really entail to get hired? Where to get hired? What agencies? We can talk about agencies. We can talk about different client niches and what they need. And basically give you guys more of a background on what do we really need to do in this at this point in time that's relevant. The technologies behind getting hired, right? And pag Wednesday naman, of course, Mindsetting Wednesday, napakaganda nito. Ang series natin ngayon is the things that I can't teach you, that Bro TJ can't teach you. And last Wednesday nga, we talked about self-motivation, right? Self-motivation. Next Wednesday, mga kapatid, mga brosis, antabayanan nyo ho yun, because we're going to talk about, you know what we're going to talk about? You don't? We're going to talk about work ethic. Yeah. That's where I'm going to share like my work ethic, how strong my work ethic is, and what it takes, what kind of work ethic it takes to be effective and successful as a freelancer and a virtual assistant. It's going to be great. And of course, for our Trade Tools Thursday, every Thursday we're going to talk about, market, trade tools of the trade, mga ginagawa natin, mga how-tos, right? We're going to talk about some tools and probably some applications as well, things like that. So Trade Tools Thursday. And then that all kind of brings us to where we are today, which is Freestyle Friday. Okay. Now I want to talk about one of my jobs, right? One of my freelancer jobs. Because I see on TikTok, what people ask most of the time regarding my role in the virtual space is the BPO broker, right? A call center broker. And I see people ask, what is a call center broker? What is a BPO broker? What do you do? Why do you have so many time? Why are you able to do podcasts and train, for free and mentor and things like that? Why are you able to do that and still have what you have, right? So how to be that, right? But before I kind of talk about like my job and my role, and I probably won't be able to talk about it here, but for the most part, meron kasing pinost si Madam MK Bertulfo, and if you don't know Ma'am MK Bertulfo, just go ahead and Google her. She's probably one of the most famous and and celebrity level people in this industry, in this space. And I did see a post from her that I'd like to talk about now. Okay. And let me share my screen with you guys. I just put it on a kind of a Google Doc, guys, for everyone to see. So I hope you see it. Yeah. Wait, let me palaki natin. Boom. Let's start from the start. Yeah, there we go. So let's just change it. So I don't know. First of all, I tried Googling MVA campaign, you know, but I think the MVA here, I'm not sure if it's a company or not, but it might be like medical VA campaign. But sabi nga niya dito, sabi ni Ma'am MK Bertulfo, ay, uh, yeah, that's her, diba? We captured it in time. Parang masyadong malaki yata. Yan, dito natin. There you go. So, view, there you go. So, grabe, sabi niya, no? Grabe. 60 agents ng MVA campaign ang hindi napasahod. Yung iba, 1 to 3 months. Oh my gosh, 1 to 3 months pang nag-work as cold callers without pay. Una sa lahat, mga brosis, this is a major, 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 major red flag. Diba? Kung alam nyo naman na kahit nga ilang araw kahit nga unang sahod nyo unang sahod nyo, hindi kayo nabayaran, hindi pwede yun. You have to stop work. You have to stop work and you tell them that you won't continue until you get paid. Diba? May mga iba pang modus yung ibang mga boss na uutangin daw, quote unquote, uutangin daw muna yung sahod. Uso kasi dito sa Pilipinas yan Like, uy, utangin ko muna yung sahod mo kasi gagamitin ko sa gantong bagay Di ba? Ano ba naman yan? Hindi pwede yan. Nakakaloka. Tama nga si Madam MK dito. Nakakaloka. Pero yung comment niya ako na talaga naging interested kasi nabanggit nga yung role namin doon. Nabanggit yung role kung saan ako nakabilong sa space natin. So let's continue reading. May long comment si Ma'am MK after she posted that. And this is from like an anonymous post daw. Yeah. So sabi niya, from an anonymous post, scam awareness post, right? Please read and share. This is deeply personal, but I feel it's important to speak up. My partner owns a small but promising outsourcing agency. Yung mga outsourcing agency dyan, ng mga hindi ganong kalakihan, and nagsisimula pa lang mga startups. Makinig po tayo dito, listen to me, so that way we can all learn from this. So sabi niya dito, for the first time, I saw him truly dream big. And he was leading with so much hope and confidence. And it was inspiring to witness and his potential unfold. Now, sabi doon, unfortunately, just as he was beginning to spread his wings, ibig sabihin, yan, kung kailan pala nagte-take off yung trabaho niya in yung company and whichever, no? Bago ang lahat, let me see if I can change this background. Okay ba yung background na yan o ito? Tropical summer. Yan, para mas okay itong gantong background. Ito na nga lang muna. Alright, para medyo light. Yan. So sabi dito, let's go back. As he was just, nag-spread pala siya ng wings niya. Yan, sabi. He and his team was scammed by their first ever client. Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm so sorry dun sa nag-outsource dun sa agency na to. I'm so sorry this had to happen to you. And my heart goes to you. If you are watching this, you probably want, maybe it's okay for you to DM me and we can talk about it. Maybe I can help you out in some way. Brosis. Nandito lang ako. No problem. Pro bono yan. I'm not gonna charge you or anything like that. Let's just talk. And maybe you're in the Manila area. I'd be happy to sit down with you and help you guys out the best way I can. Okay. So, one applicant flagged it as suspicious. Sabi dyan, no? And when they dug deeper and red flags started to pile up, wow. So, sabi dito, they started billing them with the client. Oh, sorry. They started billing them, and the client began dodging invoices with one excuse after another. Yan na. Di ba? One excuse after another, sunod-sunod na. Oh. Until all three of their so called representatives left the group chat and vanished. Now, my partner and his team are left trying to explain to their hardworking agents, 60 agents, no? Uh, that's a lot of agents. That is a lot of agents. And hindi lang yan, that is a lot of agents on payroll, right? So let's say these agents are MVAs. Let me bring my calculator out. Um, tingnan nyo, so let's say assuming that these MVAs are full time, and let's say they make, I don't know, let's say $6 an hour, right? So that's 6 times 60 muna yan muna. So that means the outsourcing agency is paying them $360 an hour. Okay, so assuming that it's a full time job, so it's 160 hours. So let's see, times 160. Okay, so that's $57,600. Yeah, and that is an ngayon kasi 58 something na, no? So let's just round it off at 58. That's 3.3 million pesos a month worth. Are you guys getting the point here? I hope you guys are kind of following. So that's 140,800 pesos worth of payroll na utang na ngayon ng outsourcing agency sa mga ahente niya. So, agents pa lang to. Ibig sabihin, wala pa dito yung supervisor, yung operations managers, kung sino man, yung HR, recruitment staff, and things like that. Not to mention, you have to pay for the rent kung agency, kung in office sila at in person sila lahat, right? Oh. So my partner and his team are left trying to explain. Mahirap mag-explain eh. Oh. You can explain all you want sometimes, kaso hindi talaga tatanggapin yun, lalo na kapag may pera involved. That's owed to them. So they were trying to explain to their hardworking agents why they weren't paid, even though they gave their time and effort in good faith. Now, this is where my role comes in. And listen to this so that way you can have a better understanding of where I sit at and where I come in and where I play, where my part kind of comes in. Now the broker, there you go. Now the broker is left with the burden to pay them all, as this is her own client. Okay. So this is what I do. So I find clients, right? I find my clients and I vet them, of course. And we go through a vetting process. We go through an onboarding process, a tedious and rigorous onboarding process. And then when that's all done, we sit down and we find what they need. So it could be an MVA call center of 60 agents. It could be a sales team of 10, a 10-man sales team. It could be situated in the Southeast Asia area. It could be situated in South Africa, in Pakistan, or saan pa ba? In Egypt. It could be in South America. So, right? And then once I'm able to source for my client, I bring them together, and then we all do business. Okay? So that's what a broker does. And unfortunately, sabi dito, as this is her own client, but even the broker has nothing as of the moment, still as well, has nothing as of the moment. Tuloy natin dito sa baba. Oh. Now the broker is also left with the burden to pay them all, as this is her own client, but even the broker has nothing as of the moment. Still, as the contract stipulates, the broker is left to pay all the damages. Okay, so I have this clause as well in my contracts, in my agreements, right? The only difference is I don't really bill. Yeah. I don't really I don't really bill on the on the outsourced part of the business, right? So ibig sabihin direkta sila nagbibill doon sa client. So tingin ko ang nangyari dito, yung call center binibill si broker binibill si client. So I don't do that. I get paid a retainer. So I'm like it's play safe tayo, mahirap eh. Ayoko magbayad ng 3.3 million mga bros. Una sa lahat, sa Lupalop ako pupunta yan. Kahit makailang ilang coaching sessions pa ako niyan, paid coaching sessions, mahirap bunuin yan, 'di ba? Not to mention isang buwan lang yung 3.3 million ha. You multiply that by 3 months kasi sabi ni Ma'am MK, 3 months daw eh. Oh. That's 10 million pesos. Kupo, Range Rover na. 'Di ba? 'Di ba no? Four bedroom 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom house na yan, mga brosis. Oh. 'Di ba? Oh. So talagang sobrang laki ng risk na tinake ng broker dito. Oh. The contract stipulates, pambihira yan. Oh. Ito masakla, paano pag Pilipino pa or Pilipina pa yung broker? O, di mas madaling habulin talaga kung nandito lang sa Pilipinas. Kasi there are brokers that are outside of the Philippines, merong mga brokers sa South, and I'm one of the few na nandito sa Pilipinas. So you see that? Left to pay all the damages. Now sabi niya dito, I can't share every detail as it's not my story to fully disclose. But as someone who's seen the sleepless nights, the quiet stress, and the weight of responsibility he carries, ito yung agency owner, I just couldn't stay silent. And this is the unfortunate. Yeah, this is one of the worst things that can happen to anyone. Mapa agency owner, mapa BPO broker. So if you ever encounter a script like this or a similar scheme, please don't fall for it. And if you know legal and professional ways to help small startups like this, like this to protect themselves, we're open to guidance. Sharing is not out of bitterness, but in hopes of preventing another team from going through the same. Let's help each other rise, not get taken advantage of while trying to build dreams. Yeah. I'm so sorry. So itong script down na to, hello, this is, grabe, napakasimpleng script lang. No? Hello, this is name with the Accident Management Services. I'm calling you because our record shows that you were involved. Oo nga, itong gantong klaseng calling script, no? Wow. So yun, that's what I wanted to share sa ating Freestyle Friday. Now, I know we're pressed for time because I want to make sure that this is just kind of like not taking a lot of time or not taking too long, but to kind of, talk about on the broker side. Now, first of all, nakiki-empathize ho ako, no? You have my empathy. You have my full support. Yung nawalan ng client na yan at tinakbuhan. At ngayon ay kailangan bayaran yung mga agents nila. Just, if you can see this, if you can hear, if you can watch, if you're able to watch this, just reach out to me, and I'd love to talk to you. To Miss MK Bertulfo, God bless you po. Maraming salamat sa inyo. I'm a silent follower. I'm a silent fan. And what you do for moms all over. I'm a mama's boy, so malaking bagay ho yung ginagawa ninyo para sa mga nanay all over the Philippines, of course. Now, before I go, I want to talk about like what we have to deal with as BPO brokers when a client scam happens. So una-una dyan yung financial loss. That's the very first one. Your financial loss. And teka lang mga bros. Yeah. Sinagot lang ako. Anyway, going back, it's number one, we have financial loss. Number two, our damages or our reputation can be damaged. And operations can be disrupted. Pwede kaming idemanda. Walang, yung moral ng mga ka-teammates namin o kasama namin sa work, maapektuhan. And of course, yung recovery. It's hard to recover that amount. I'm just going to tell you that right now, mga bosses. Very hard. And it's very unfortunate that has to happen. So, again, that's Freestyle Friday for you guys. If you have any, if you encounter this type of scam script, if you encounter these types of clients, layuan nyo na sila. Wag nyo na sila i-entertainin. Okay? Now, before we end, I'd like to thank our sponsors, of course. Profit Partners International, Atlas Virtual Academy, Go Reach Travel and Tours, Luna Virtual Partners, and Wow Podcast. Now, before I go, mga brosis, don't forget, this coming Sunday, ang ating Virtual Assistant Town Hall. All right? If if you're part of a batch, check your email. Baka invited na kayo dyan. That's every Sunday. But if you want to come in and hop on, libre naman yan at 8 o'clock Manila time. 8 o'clock ng gabi, Manila time. The link is in the bios in my socials, all of my socials, all my pages. You just click that, pak. Unang-una doon, the Virtual Assistant Town Hall. And you are more than welcome. Ano yan? Real-time coaching, real-time training. Ang mga kasama natin dyan ay mga premium virtual assistants, mga niche-based, millionaire VAs, mga VA agency owners, and of course, my team as well will be there. Okay? So hanggang dito na muna ako mga brosis. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all, and I will catch you later.